This transformative and incredible big talk from Speaker Salon participant Jenny Lincoln challenges our perceptions of corporate leadership. Listen in as Jenny shares her journey from a harsh, conflict driven executive to a heart centered leader and discover how embracing the power of love can unlock your full potential for growth and impact. Do not miss this compelling exploration of a new paradigm in leadership.
You stupid woman. Some days I would hear myself utter these words 100 times. I grew up with this phrase. It was thrown at my mother and my aunties, crushingly brutal, emotionally binding. No one batted an eyelid. It was the norm. The beautiful, elegant wives of the Lincoln men were often berated and trodden upon. I vowed at a very early age never to be stomped upon like a doormat, like my mother. Instead, I would be the aggressor. I would rise above the perceived feebleness of a woman. I would become a power-wielding business exec, just like my father. I would show no mercy, no emotion. No one was going to fuck with me. Be careful what you wish for. For decades, I honoured and obeyed that brutal tough love approach that I was born and bred into. No surprises, I perpetuated it with 30 plus years in the corporate trenches. I ate conflict and discomfort for breakfast. That was my comfort zone. Sadly, it wasn't until this recent decade that I realised the abusive nature and how brutal that conditioning was upon me, my partners, my family and my friends. A raging inner battle grew within me between that soft, sensitive, loving, trusting, playful child of 6, my truth, and that fierce, ferocious, fiery business executive, my protective armour. A deep rift and incongruency grew. That's where my inner saboteur and my demons played. They would unleash hell when I drank. The hurt, the rejection, the resentment, the anger and the abandonment would cut viciously, verbally and physically. I was like a machete. I had to be handled with great care. I was truly a product of my programming, and I was choosing to perpetuate the pattern. I don't blame my parents. They too were forged this way, and they did the best they could with what they knew. Now, when you know better, you do better. Thank you, Maya Angelou. The deep disturbia within prompted me to leave corporate. I had to release the rage and I had to heal the hurt and the hate. I became an unemployed beach bum and I slid into a deep, dark, gnarly depression. I berated myself for being broken, for being undisciplined and for being futile. I started to realise that my deep depression was actually a deliverance. It was a powerful process of transmutation. I was effectively rewiring my whole operating system from fear and anger to love and compassion. I entered depression, a hard, steely, egoic, highly successful business exec, but I emerged a soft, open-hearted, transparent, intuitive woman. Compassionate, loving, fun-filled and free. I had found my new mode of operating, and with that, I threw myself into every form of contemporary healing that I could find. And that's when I discovered the powerful work of Bruce Lipton and his wonderful biology of belief. Bruce shows us that a single cell can either defend or grow. Yeah. Your bodies, our inner ecosystems, consist of 37 trillion individual cells. Do you want them in defense mode or growth mode? We get to choose. For decades, I had been operating in defense mode, playing the aggressor, honing my inner bully as a form of punishment and discipline to hold myself in check. My deep depression deliverance showed me differently. It led me to my open heart. I realised I didn't have to be a ball breaker to make an impact. Instead, the soft strength of open-hearted and intuitive leadership was a soft and soothing balm to fear, anger, hurt, and resentment. I had found my new growth mode, living and leading through the lens of love, activated by compassion, love, acceptance, and unconditionality. Now, when you lead through the lens of love, people experience you differently. Your words and your presence are felt at a cellular and a soul level. It transcends logic, and it happens intuitively. It's part of our multi-sensory capability, and this increases our impact and potency as leaders. When you lead from the lens of love, you're fueled with courage. Your heart and mind stays open to new and wonderful opportunities, and you inspire yourself and others to new levels of possibility. Now, leading through the lens of love isn't all unicorns and rainbows. It demands your trust, your bravery, and your insight to understanding your truth. For me, that included letting go of my partner and my soulmate of 21 years so that we could actually grow beyond the confines of our relationship. It included me listening to the cold, hard facts from two of my best friends about my alcoholic tendencies, taking responsibility and seeking help. And recently, it gave me a huge nudge to face my inner demons and my inner saboteur with grace, gentleness, and gratitude. I'm proud to say that leading with an open heart has allowed me to embrace the full potency of the divine feminine. There is nothing feeble about her. She showed me the strength and the resilience of the Lincoln women, especially my mother. You stupendous women, you stupendous men. It's time to ignite a new path. That's living and leading through the lens of love.
If you loved this big talk, I would love to hear from you in the comments what your takeaways were so I can celebrate and support you. And if you desire to take my big stage in New York City, just like these speakers, I invite you to apply to the Big Talk Academy, my 12-week signature speaker certification program. You can find all of the information that you need at thebigtalkacademy.com. And be sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell so that you are alerted to all of our upcoming videos featuring more big talks, conversations, inspiring to help you take the stages that you desire. Your voice matters, and I also appreciate you for being here. Big love. Mwah.